right. It is the Deadmanstome podcast, a show that is broadcast live from a garage deep in the heart of Meth County, Texas. I'm your host, MrDeadman. And tonight we're talking about Hollywood. Tonight we're talking about Hollywood burning. Tonight we're talking about Ellen DeGeneres. We're talking about other celebrities that may or may not be on that list, may not be on that Epstein list. You have some connections with going on the flight, going to the island. Why? Because Hollywood is burning. This is the Hollywood Holocaust episode. The second episode of the Hollywood Holocaust. Look at that. The first one we talked about the Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Cthulhu love child. That thing. We talked about that. We talked about the hit that has been put out on Taylor Swift. And how it could be one of her many exes. There's so many. You don't know who it could be. It could be one of many. Who is it? Who is it? I couldn't tell you. Man. Hollywood Holocaust. Why am I talking about this? Well, of course, if you've been following Deadman's Tome, and if you haven't, that's okay. There is an upcoming release, an upcoming book, a collection of short stories, all themed around Hollywood burning down. All themed around celebrities being targeted by serial killers. We got stories out there in this book. We have some crazy stuff happening. We have stories where celebrities are being rounded up and targeted for crimes that they've done. We have stories where John Travolta and Nick Cage are together for the serial killer to do a real life face-off. Really see if their face really fit each other. Some dark, gruesome stuff. Deadman's Tome has put out some gruesome material before, some very edgy material before, but one of these stories in particular goes pretty far. I was so close to pull the plug on it, but I was like, nope. It has artistic merit. Let's go with it. We got stories, of course, like I said before, with the Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Cthulhu love child. What's happening there? What's happening in that mix? Huh? Who's really the father of that baby? Is it Kanye? Is it Cthulhu? Or is it God? Or maybe God and Cthulhu are one the same. I don't know. There are stories in this book. There's one where you have the undead. You have the past of Hollywood. All the extras, the cowboys, the aliens, the Roman soldiers from old Hollywood productions coming back like zombies of a distant past, of a long ago let behind past, coming back from, I guess, the dead, from retirement, from Hollywood dead, if you will, to eat the rich, to take out the rich, to kill them. It is a crazy collection. I'm excited about this. I am. I hope you are too. So far, I don't know, people have been asking when is the release date? When is it going to happen? Waiting on the cover. And also, I'm taking my time on editing this one because I want it to be good. I really do. I also want to make sure I'm protected because there were celebrity names that were used, so I have to go through and make sure it's all good. That way you get the reference without me getting sued. So there's that. But yeah, so tonight we're talking about Ellen. Let all the elites get locked up or worse. I agree. Man, before I continue on with this, some people might take me out of context here. I don't want to hate the rich because they're rich. No. If you made money, if you earned your money, you earned your money. Okay. Now, if you, quote, earned your money by getting a role because you sucked some Jewish guy's cock, well, I mean, okay, and you earned that money, we'll call it earned, you got that money, that fame, that reputation, and then you want to look down on us like we're a bunch of simpletons, right? You want to look down on us like we're some commoners, that we're beneath you. Oh, then I have a problem. If you are some rich motherfucker that wants to get on their soapbox and tell us how we're so wrong for eating meat, how we're so wrong for being, I don't know, just living a basic blue-collar life. And trying to enjoy, by the way. I love just smoking cigars, drinking beer, and talking with my neighbors and shooting shit. There's nothing wrong with that. But when these celebrities, these pompous ass rich ass, the pompous ass celebrities look down upon us like we're nothing, like we're beneath them. And they want to pretend like everything's fun in their life, that there's not a problem at all, no drama, no concern, no hypocrisy, nothing at all. They're just virtuous, pure people. They're goddesses and gods amongst us. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And you tear it down. You tear it down. Hollywood has been in need for a shot, a huge dose of humility. Way overdue for that. Way overdue for that. And now we have the Corona Chan, the Wuhan flu, the Kung Fu flu, the coronavirus coming in and kind of doing what we should have done. Put a pause on Hollywood. Make Hollywood hurt a little. And now they're going to start eating their own. That's great. That's what I think is happening with the Ellen DeGeneres show. We'll get into that. Hell, you know what? Let's shift gears and get into that right now. So yeah, Ellen DeGeneres is in trouble. She's in trouble because she has allowed a toxic work environment to go on without any sort of intervention, without any sort of check. Why? Because she's extremely difficult to work with. She's unapproachable. And this is according from people that worked with her, of course. I don't know personally. I never interacted with her personally, right? But according to people who have, they say she's very difficult to work with. And it's not just people on their staff, it's other celebrities too. And you can see that. We'll get through that. We'll go through all that. You can't even make eye contact with Ellen. Ellen DeGeneres, she presents herself as this, she tries to present herself as this very positive, happy person, very approachable. She's just a very simple person. She's just a friendly gay. She's just a friendly lesbian. When deep inside, she's a bitter, hateful, spiteful person that puts herself on a pedestal. Like she is above everyone else. Her staff isn't allowed to even look at her. Her staff isn't even allowed to look at her. They can't make eye contact with her because that's how above she is. Ellen DeGeneres has the attitude of someone who would like huff their own farts and get off that shit. If she could, she would package her own fucking farts and sell that to her audience. And I bet you they would eat that up. The way her staff describes her, the way certain celebrities that have talked to her describe her, you know that's true. You know that's true. Man. And the reason why Ellen's really getting the heat for this is because she allowed this workplace to happen. She allowed it to happen because she's not approachable. The people that were victimized, the people that were targeted in these sexual assaults, let's call them what they are, sexual assaults. They couldn't go forward to Ellen. They couldn't talk to her about that. Because first off, like I said, they couldn't even make eye contact. Ellen couldn't even be bothered with it. Okay? Ellen has such a great platform. It's a privilege to even work there, okay? So what if some producer corner you in a corner and try to grab your dick? So what? So what? You know, that's horrible. That's horrible right there. You know what makes it worse? Ellen DeGeneres was one of the faces of the Me Too fucking movement. And why is it? Almost every single fucking goddamn time, someone who's virtuous, so pure and virtuous on TV, deep down inside they are fucked and they're corrupted. They try to project such a beautiful, positive heart, try to be the spirit, the guiding spirit of virtue, and deep inside their heart is corrupted and diseased and decayed. It is rot. Maggots feasting, flies feasting. That's what Ellen is. Now, of course, there's no allegation per se about Ellen having done any of this stuff, but she allowed it to happen. She's not the queen of nice. She's the queen of ice. That's what she is. She's the face of Me Too. She's the face of Me Too. Would go on and what did she say? I want to play it. I got to be careful about what I play here due to copyright stuff. On the podcast feed, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if the YouTube channel ever gets in trouble of copyright, the podcast, the Spreaker side, is going to be there, and that's where, I mean, it's going to be fine. Because I could play material, and it's like, no one really cares. Crickets, you know? You don't have the auto bots coming in and banning you and all that. That's a distraction there. Let me get back on topic here. While Ellen was talking her shit about Me Too, and how she is going to fight for Me Too, and how the women are coming out because women are targeted, and women are coming out and saying something about this. While this was happening, guess what was happening? Producers were grabbing dicks. Producers were asking staff, allegedly grabbing dicks, I should say. Allegedly asking staff for blowjobs. Allegedly filling up on women. Yeah. This is, you know, James Beasley, like Tom Hanks' pervy ass. You know, the moment dirt starts coming out on Tom Hanks, we will definitely fucking talk about that. I love Tom Hanks' work. I do. But don't think for a second, don't think for a fucking goddamn second that we're not going to talk about you, Tom Hanks. If we find out that you diddle kids, oh boy. You're going to be smeared, man. You'll be fucked up. Like I said, I think a lot of the reason why this stuff is coming out now, because something that's coming out now, I think, about Ellen DeGeneres. Because supposedly, during the COVID thing, when Hollywood's locked down, essentially, she's not really using her staff. Instead of using the people that she would normally use, the crew that she would normally use, she kind of outsourced it to a different company. So you have a lot of people that used to work with her that are now out of work, and they're pissed off. So now this stuff is going to come out, of course. And I would say maybe there's some tomfoolery or some sort of gayopery, or to translate that, maybe some bullshit. But no, there's quite a few voices coming out. You know, let's just read some highlights from various articles here. Let's see. It's been reported a slew of former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show have alleged that they experienced or witnessed sexual harassment and misconduct while working for the award-winning daytime show. Who could have seen that coming? You know? I gotta tell you, when they present themselves nice, there's something else going on there. That's every single one. You know what? The only daytime talk show host I would think is maybe genuine. Maybe Jerry fucking Springer. Okay? Because all he was trying to do was was stir shit on stage on purpose for our entertainment. He knew what was up. He knew what was going on. He knew what was fucking going on. Oh, God. Oprah, fake. Oprah, she presents herself as nice. You know she's not. You know she's... Man, she bites heads and drinks the blood out from the fucking neck. Oprah's friends with Weinstein. And you could tell me Oprah didn't know about what Weinstein was doing? Oh, come on. She knew. That's why she would pass young actresses or young aspiring actresses towards Epstein. Weinstein. Wow, the names are starting to run together. Please don't say her wetness again. Did I say her wetness? No, I meant witness. Her wetness? Did I say wetness? Oh, God, I hope not. That might have been the brain thinking one thing and the mouth saying another. I don't know. Her wetness. That's gross. Ugh. Okay, but yeah, you got former employees coming out accusing executive producer Kevin Lehman. I'm guessing Kevin Lehman, saying that according to this former employee, Kevin Lehman asked him for oral sex at a company party at 2013. Oh, let me change this background song. YouTube might have a problem with that. Spreaker wouldn't, but YouTube would. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so keep in mind, while she's on there being virtuous about the Me Too movement, you have a former, but not a former, you got an executive producer that's asking people for oral sex at like company parties. And you got BuzzFeed News talking about this. Of course you do. Of course you do. While they might be lefty, they might be leftists. They love to eat their own. If you have a sweet allegation like this, they're gonna go into it. You got other former. Oh, by the way, this show's sponsor tonight is y'all, because one, y'all listen, and thank you so much for listening and watching and enjoying and spending time with me. Right, I enjoy that. Now, while I appreciate that, those that are gracious enough to help fill my cup, feel free to do so. I got an empty cup here and a bottle of Spey River. If you want to, we can help make that filled. That is up to you. Up to you. Mr. Deadman is grifting now. I'm trying to get a little tipsy, and y'all can help make that happen. You can use the streamlabs.com/MrDeadmanDT. That's how you would send that. I could put a copy of that in the chat if y'all need that. Anyway, yeah, man, you got more than one employee coming out talking about this stuff. It's not looking too good for Ellen, and we got a video that she posted. We're gonna play. Okay, so you got other employees coming out about Lehman, saying that Lehman not only. So you got one saying that Lehman asked for a blowjob. You got another one saying Lehman asked him, pushed him to a corner, and demanded oral sex. Demanded oral sex. I don't know what demoraled is. Man, what is going on with me today? Anyway. You got people saying that, alleging that this Lehman guy apparently probably did it in front of like 10 people, would say a crude joke in front of like a mass of people. A sexually explicit comments right in front of him. Like he didn't care. Making sex jokes on a very leftist and woke program. What is this executive producer thinking? Right? What is he thinking? Especially when Ellen's trying to be all like super serious about Me Too. Right? It seems sort of weird. It seems like, and she had to have been aware of this. She had to have known. I mean, you have other workers coming out, or former employees coming out saying that a co-executive producer, Jonathan Norman, had groomed him by taking him to concerts and other events before attempting to perform oral sex on him. What is up with these guys? These guys just wanting to suck other people's dicks. Just like does Ellen DeGeneres not care about dude on dude sexual assaults? Does she not care about that? You know, Ellen made that crude joke about the lockdown being like prison life, but really it seems like working at her studio was like prison life. You got dude on dude rape going on over there. Royale with cheese. How's it going, guys? How's it going? I try to pay attention to the chat. Sometimes I go on a rant. But man, what is up with these guys? They would have. And you have other former coworkers, other former employees coming up with the same thing, alleging the same stuff. That's what I'm saying. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, of course, some people come out with some bullshit allegations that mean nothing, that do nothing, right? But then you have people coming out in droves, kind of like with Cosby. And with Cosby, when the first woman came out, I was like, he's America's dad. Did it really happen? And then, what's the number of women? What was it? It was some crazy number. It reached a point to where it was like, Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using any Cosby's jokes anymore. And I used to use them as a reference. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you just sort of moving away from that. It's like eventually the number gets too high. The number of accusations was like, God damn. Well, you did something, man. You're gonna tell me 48 people just conspired together. I don't know if it was 48. It was a huge number, though. It was a huge number. Okay. And about Ellen, you also have like what apparently a handful of former employees apparently told BuzzFeed that another executive producer, Ed Glavin, made them uncomfortable by touching their shoulders, back, and lower waist. And that Glavin would be handsy with women. That he had a reputation for being handsy on women. That it was like a known secret. It was a known secret on this studio. I mean, we said before in the beginning of this that Ellen DeGeneres is not very approachable. The staff is not allowed to make eye contact with her at all. Even her guests are not allowed to make contact. The guests are not allowed to make contact with Ellen before the show. Before the show. Ellen does not like being approached. She does not like being looked at. She doesn't like being bothered. What is that? That's a diva. That's a goddamn fucking diva. That's someone that needs a reality check. That's someone who, I don't want to hear anything about how we should live, right? It's funny how these people who live in these bubbles where they literally go to work by helicopter and they have everyone doing things for them. They don't even make their own goddamn fucking coffee. They don't even make their goddamn fucking coffee at all. And they want to tell us how to live. They want to tell us what we should and shouldn't do. They can go fuck themselves. They can go fuck themselves big time. More like prison showers. They are like prison showers. You're right, Scarfy the Strange. They're like prison showers. Maybe that's what Ellen likes. Maybe Ellen's trying to make a more inclusive environment by making it more gay friendly. Wait, did I just say rape is gay friendly? Jesus fucking Christ. Well, maybe that's what Ellen thinks because that is the stereotype. Is that the stereotype? I have no idea what I'm saying. All I know is that Ellen likes prison life. She must like the gay shower scenes. Maybe she wants that on her set. I'm getting so confused now because I'm trying to get in the mind of Ellen and try to figure out why. Maybe it's just she couldn't be bothered by this at all. Or maybe she knew about it and was secretly happy about it. Because she didn't, not a fucking thing about it. And these allegations get crazy. Apparently, it's alleged that Glavin would do this stuff in like the control room. Like in the control room alone with Glavin was the wrong place to be. The wrong place to be. Guys, I'm not even tipsy. I'm not even drunk. I don't know why I'm saying miswords. God damn, am I trying to do a Ethan Ralph impersonation? Which, by the way, a future stream I want to do. Not this Sunday. This Sunday is Nick Ricada. Change my mind round 2. I'm doing a round 2 because some people had some opinions about it. Okay, put up or shut up. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say about that. But a future stream I want to do is maybe the gun stream or something. Where maybe the show gets hijacked by Ethan Ralph or something. We'll see what happens with that. That should be fun. Let's see. Let's look at this Ellen shit. It gets worse. According to what I'm reading here, you got 47 employees who spoke to a BuzzFeed claimed that Glavin's management of the show created a fearful, toxic environment. Now, this could just be coming from butthurt employees that just maybe fragile, thin-skinned snowflakes that don't understand that no means no. Don't understand that when a producer's getting onto you, it means that you fucked up. Or it could be that maybe they reacted. I mean, one of these stories go that apparently Glavin, when he was pissed off, would flip over the table and chair and scream at them. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Maybe Klavan's just really expressive. Klavan's expressive with his love, which is like why he likes to get all handsy with the women. Why he likes to touch and feel them, kind of like Biden. He has to touch them, feel them, smell their hair. You know? When he's angry, he likes to show it. He's just very animated. He likes to throw chairs and tables around. Man, this stuff is crazy because you have celebrities that come out and actually support Ellen, even now, you know. And you do have, though, on the same time, though, you have celebrities that come out and say, no, Ellen is actually an asshole. Ellen is asshole. That is some interesting stuff. Let me take a look at the chat over here. Let's see. A leaked 2009 memo on the email exchange with the Secretary Hillary Clinton singled out the DeGeneres show, which could have been used to amplify, deliver messages, advance policy. So, yeah, the Ellen DeGeneres show was pretty much propaganda. They were just creating propaganda right there. They were a propaganda show. And they want to tell us how to live. Fuck that shit. Of course, according to the articles I'm looking at here, it looks like, of course, Lehman and the other guys that were accused denied the allegations. Of course, they denied. They always deny. Everyone denies. Let's see. You know the juicy complaints I see here. Man, of course you have Warner Brothers looking into it. They want to do an investigation. And then, of course, you have Ellen DeGeneres saying that she's going to quit the show. Fuck this, I had enough, I'm going to quit the show. I think that is Ellen's attempt to make a power play. To be like, okay, you guys are talking about this, shut up. I'm going to get you to shut up by saying, I'm just going to quit. You guys love me enough to keep me around? Will you still watch me then? Will you watch me because you want me? Apparently not. Because people have had enough. Let's see if I have the article here, or part of it. This is interesting. Oh, you guys probably can't read that. That's okay. Those listening on the podcast will be like, what? Sometimes there's some visual elements to the show. Anyway, Ellen DeGeneres has had its worst ratings ever amid shocking claims she fostered a toxic work environment behind the scenes. A huge dip, 29% down on by the same time last year. 9% down compared to the previous week. People aren't having it. People are fed up. People are seeing what Ellen is. See, when you present yourself as this positive, happy person, and you try to present yourself as a caring, loving person who's all about, virtuous movements like Me Too, and you're just a happy, friendly, gay lesbian that's super approachable, but you're not. In fact, you're the opposite. People don't want to support that. You know, here to make a comparison with internet drama, it's kind of like with the kill stream. People see Ethan Ralph for who he is, what he is, right? A mass doxing faggot. A mass doxing, maggoteer, beta, thin-skinned piece of shit that because he gets butthurt, he flags. Ethan Ralph is a flagger. We all know that. In fact, Gator has come out and to say, you don't know these people, that's fine. Gator on the kill stream, as Steven said, doxing is a tool. And you know what? They're flaggers. They're flaggers and they're doxers. We know that. We know what they are. All right? When people realize that, when they wake up to that, you start losing the viewership. Right now, Ethan Ralph is trying to pivot to the left because his 18-year-old, I said 17-year-old, I'm sorry, that's when he started grooming her. His 18-year-old girlfriend that he picked up from high school, essentially, pretty much bought her a plane ticket so she could go from her house in California to his shithole house he lives in. She's kind of lefty. She's Black Lives Matter, all supportive like that, very woke. She's changing this very, it's not being around the bush, very alt-right centric show, the kill stream. She's trying to pivot it and make it more woke. Well, of course. And you start realizing, wait a second, Ethan Ralph isn't really what he says he is. He's fake. He's this drunk, Child's Bride fan. I don't know. He's this drunk train wreck of a person who grooms kids, who pivots to whoever makes him money. Yeah, you see that, so you lose support. And that's, to bring it back to Ellen, that's what you see here. People realize what Ellen's really about. She's not about woke. She's not about progressive. She's about her. She's about what makes her money. She'll say all the nice things, all the right things. But behind the scenes, she's a fucking diva. She doesn't want to deal with whatever the staff is dealing with. She doesn't want to hear about it. She can't be bothered. And of course, you have actress. What is it? What's her lesbian partner? Portia de Rossi defending her. Of course, that's her lesbian partner. That's her. What is it? Husband and wife, or is it wife? What is it? Or does it really matter? Of course, she defends her. Of course, she defends her. She denies Ellen making hostile work environments. She denies that. Says it's nice. Says she's going to stand by Ellen. Create a hashtag even. But that's expected. That's expected. But then you have, you do have some, let's talk about some moments where, I guess, to do a deep dive into Ellen here, the Ellen DeGeneres show. Not that I'm a huge fan of it. Not that I watch it all the time. But let's talk about some things where you have some moments where Ellen did some dick shit to kind of show that she's kind of a bitch. Like, for example, now, Dakota Johnson. I don't really care about Dakota Johnson. Not necessarily. But apparently there was a point on the show, on the Ellen DeGeneres show, where Ellen tried to make a joke about not being invited to her party or wedding or whatever. I don't remember all the details. But, I think it was her birthday party or whatever. Tried to use her as a joke. But Dakota Johnson was going to have it, be like, no, I invited you. You just didn't come. You just didn't show. In fact, if anything, instead of showing, you were out of town. You were watching a game with George W. Bush. You were with George. You would rather hang out with George W. Bush than hang out with me. Of course, she didn't say all that. I don't think she just clamped down, be like, no, you had that invite. I invited you, and that's the other thing here. Now, I don't really care necessarily personally who Ellen mingles with necessarily. I mean, of course, if someone like Weinstein, yeah. But I do find it interesting. I find it comical that she's going to be this LGBT person, LGBT, very woke, progressive person, but she'll hang out with like George W. Bush. What's up with that? You know? And then she will, at the same time, go after, what's her name? What's her fucking name? God damn, you know him. Bruce, Caitlyn, right? Caitlyn would grill Caitlyn on her conservative views, on her traditional views on marriage. Remember that? When Ellen would grill would grill Caitlyn about that, would make fun of her about that, would target her about that, or criticize her about that. Well, because being buddy and chum with George W. Bush. You know, it's funny. Like, you see this. It's kind of messy when you look at Ellen's character. But I'm glad she's being exposed. I'm glad that her workplace is being exposed for what it is. And you know what? Let's watch. Was it 100 Women for Cosby? That's crazy. Let's watch, or listen to, actually. I don't know if I could play it. I don't know if I can play it on the screen. The audio is what's important. So don't worry. Those listening on the podcast feed, you aren't going to be missing anything of the visual element. We're just going to play the audio. All right, let me stop the background music and get this going. This is Ellen's response. Let's take a listen. All right, one moment. All right, let's go take a look at or listen to this. Ready?
So, I have been posting
Oh, that's low. That's real low.
thoughts and my stance on
Turn
this, but I haven't spoken.
Okay. Let's play this again. It sounds like this is going to be like a YouTube style apology. Let's see if it fits the criteria here, because it seems like it's going in that direction. Let's see. So we got Ellen.
So, I have been posting my thoughts and my stance on this, but I haven't spoken directly because...
Okay, you got that slow speech. You got the slow, kind of very resentful speech. Okay. Yeah, you got to make yourself sound very genuine, like you're really deeply sorry about what's happening.
I don't know what to say. I am so sad, and
You're sad, Ellen. You're sad. I'm sure you're very sad. I'm sure you are. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the with your ratings, with how this news is affecting your ratings. Oh yeah.
I am so angry. And I know I'm not going to say the right thing. I know that
In the background, you hear some beating. Is that the lashing? Is someone being lashed? You know, I think this might be filmed in her backyard. I'm not so sure. What's going on in the back? Does she have some servant cutting wood for her? What's going on?
there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be in disagreement with what I say, but I have a platform and I have a voice, and I have always stood for equality.
Stood for equality. Stood for equality. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, let me ask you guys a question. Okay, those listening on the podcast feed, you're going to miss this part. You got to watch these things live on YouTube and want to be a part of the chat thing. Okay. Does it sound like someone who stands for equality? Would they be a diva? If someone stood for equality, would they have it to where their staff isn't allowed to look at them, where their staff is not allowed to approach them, that they're now like us? It's been reported that when Ellen has a bad day with her lesbian lover, when they have a fight, a domestic fight, which happens quite a bit in lesbian relationships, it does more often than you think. When they have that disagreement and when they have a bad day, that the staff have to turn their backs. They have to turn their backs to Ellen. Like, Ellen cannot even be bothered. Don't even look at her. Don't even try. Does it sound like someone who stands for equality? Does it? Does someone who makes, being a woke platform, making racist jokes about a race, saying that particular staff members look the same so they can be twins because they share the same race, that's been done. Is that equality? No, I'm okay with an edgy joke. Hell, I've said the word nigger here on the show before. I said it there in context, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get upset. It was in context. If I say the N-word, you know what I'm saying. It's okay. But hey, if you're going to be a woke platform, if you're going to be super progressive and put yourself as this virtuous thing, and yet you do these things in the background, it's disingenuous. It's two-faced. And it most definitely isn't for equality. And even when you say this in your apology video, we can't believe you. We can't believe you on that. There's no way.
I have always wanted to be the voice for people who felt like they didn't have a voice, because I know what that feels like. And maybe you don't agree with how it's coming out, but you have to understand it.
I have to understand it. She's like, you may not agree with what's coming out of my mouth. It might stink like tuna, okay? It might stink like stale fish, but you have to understand it. You have to understand it. That's like something like, man, that's like something like Rick would say in The Walking Dead. You may not like what I have to say, but you have to understand it. You have to understand it. It's my way. You have to understand me, goddammit. You know, I mean, that's crazy. Is that how she is in her company meetings? She just says, you have to understand me. That's it. Otherwise, you're fired.
And then we can heal it.
And then we can heal it. We have to understand her, and then we can heal it. Ellen, we're moving on, bitch. We're moving on. There's no healing. There's no healing. It's just, you know what? I gotta say this. She has this problem, like other talk shows will have this problem. How other podcasts, live podcasts, have this problem. When you're not genuine, when you're not honest, you have to be honest about what you are and what you do. You could have jokes. Yeah, sure, you could play a character and stuff, but you gotta be honest too. I mean, there's certain things if you're gonna play this happy, a very approachable person, if that's gonna be your character, I hope to God you're like that behind the scenes. I hope to God you try to be like that behind the scenes. I know we're human, we have bad days. But I hope to God you try to be like that behind the scenes, because man, if not, because that's a trait people look up to. But if you play a character that's some like fuck up or an alcoholic or a constant drunk, I do that at times. A lot of people do that at times. I kind of find that funny. Then maybe don't be like that behind the scenes, for your health. But I think the important thing here is be honest. Be honest about what matters, what counts. If you're trying to present yourself as a genuine person, as an honest, genuine person, then you gotta be that behind the scenes. Because if you're not, it's fucked. It's fucked up. I think if you're gonna present yourself as a moral figure, I think we could really surmise it with that. If you're trying to present yourself as a moral figure, then and if you don't practice those same morals, those same ethics behind the scenes, then you're full of shit. But if you're some guy, some chick who likes to play like the party character or whatever, likes to have a good time, maybe you're like the I don't know. Yeah, maybe just like a wild card, a party animal. Okay, you don't necessarily have to have that lifestyle behind the scenes. Maybe not for your health. People kind of understand that. But the moral character is what gets me. God damn. Let me take these glasses off. If I ever play the moral character with you guys, if I ever act like I'm holier than thou, tell me I'm wrong. Correct me. I mean, come on. When I do that stuff, when I try to I try to be real with you guys. I try to be as real as possible, as real as I can get without doxing myself. Right? That's how I do it on this show. That's how I do it. Anyway, there's only a minute in a 2-minute and 38-second video. Let me take a look at the chat. There goes your Patreon page. Oh, what? Because I said that word? Well, I mean, if someone were to do something with it, my Patreon page is like, if you want to help support Deadman's Tome Patreon, that would be helpful. You do get access to bonus shows, and early access to certain things, which would actually be like the private shows. And kind of for the record, I kind of hate paywalls anyway. I kind of feel like everyone should have a slice of it. So what happens is the bonus shows are kind of like time sensitive, if you will. Time exclusive, I guess, for gamers know what that means. For a limited amount of time, patrons get access to certain shows, and then it gets released to everybody. Yay! And then usually those bonus shows are at my expense. I'm usually doing something challenge where I'm eating bull balls or eating spicy shit. Not shit really, but spicy food. And trying to be challenged or embarrassed one way or the other. So there's that. Let's see. Take a look at the chat here. See, Jasper 500K making video about them, Ralph and Gator, and Ralph is the real reason why streaming service like Streamy to go down. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's okay. Yeah, if we wouldn't have a dedicated gun stream, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen in the near future. All these gun and kill stream related topics could probably merit its own live stream. It probably could. We could just call it the gun stream. Call it the gun report. The gun retort. There you go. The pill stream is kind of already, well, I mean, that's not trademarked. Could use that. It's kind of too lazy. See, okay, if I were to do a mock kill stream, I don't know what I would call it, really. I definitely would call it the gun report. And then maybe the pill stream or something like that. And pretty much just maybe a soundboard for Gator. And, probably get drunk on Maker's Mark and just pretend to be Ethan Ralph for like an hour and see what happens. See if God damn. I was thinking about, by the way, previously I did a stream where I did a change my mind about Nick Rekieta, okay? Where I said Nick Rekieta is a true lawyer, is a real lawyer, and he's absolutely not a grifter, and he's the best dad in the world. Playing devil's advocate, which some people suggested, Deadman's advocate. Okay, if I were to do that with Ethan Ralph and play devil's advocate and be like, Ethan Ralph is absolutely not a doxer, guys. He's not a flagger, and he's definitely not a child groomer. And just have you guys in the chat just have fun with that, try to change my mind. I mean, it would be too late. People know, right? People know I know. That'd be one hell of an act. Anyway, back to Ellen here. Oh my God, she's really trying to struggle for her words.
I'm just so sorry that it's come to this.
It's come to what?
I really don't know what to say other than this has gone on way, 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 way too long.
What, I mean, the grooming, the groping, the sexual assault, the blowjobs in the office? Like, what's going on too long, Ellen?
People have gotten away with murder.
Okay, let's not exaggerate here. Let's not get all caught up in hyperbole and all that. Come on. I mean, come on. Get off your hyperbolic soapbox here. Murder? Come on, Ellen. We're not saying you got away with murder here. But you did get away with sexual assault? Not you. But, I mean, you let people.
And that's what's happening.
Okay. I know I was worried for some reason, like, this would be trademarked or not trademarked, that the YouTube might react to this. I gotta show you guys this video. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I don't care. YouTube go fuck itself. Okay.
So we've got to see fairness and we've got to see justice for all.
Got to see fairness and justice for all. This is in response to the heat that's coming her way. She's saying, maybe that's why she's friends with George W. Bush. She's talking like him right now. This speech sounds like something he would say. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Address the concerns. Address the allegations, Ellen. Or did you forget? Was Dory an actual character? Or is it actually you?
Because right now, this is not a fair world.
It's not about a fair world, Ellen. It's about you fucking cunt. Man, this is what I hate about fucking Hollywood celebrities. This is why Hollywood needs to burn, ladies and gentlemen. This is why Deadman's Tome did Hollywood Holocaust. And that issue's hopefully coming out maybe towards the end of this month. These celebrities, I have nothing, man, if you're rich, you make money, honest way, good, fine, good for you. But if you make money and you are then on this platform where you think you're holier than thou, you're better than everyone, and your problems are like the world problems, and when things are affecting you in your studio, it's like the world. Get a hold of yourself. Ella needs a reality check, and this is it. But it's not really sitting in. It's not sitting in.
Not at all. I don't know if it will ever be completely fair, but we have a long way to go to even get close.
Oh my God, this seems like a speech that would be for like Black Lives Matter or something. This seems like a speech that would be for like... I mean... Is that what this is? Maybe I was sent the wrong link. Maybe this is in response to Black Lives Matter or George Floyd. This doesn't make any sense anymore.
To being fair. And if you don't understand this, then you have never felt like you weren't heard or you weren't equal. But if you've ever felt that, magnify it and see what's happening. And let's send a whole bunch of love out there and try to find some peace and some communication in this.
Bullshit. A load of bullshit. That is nonsense. That is stupid. Oh, goddamn. These celebrities, when they get on their platform, they get on their goddamn platform and they push the shit out there. Yeah. That's why no one should believe them. No one should take them at their word because they can't be trusted. She cannot be trusted. Now, kind of an hour in. Usually the Deadmanstome podcast, I like to keep it in an hour. But we still have Maxwell to talk about. We still have Ghislane Maxwell. Good luck saying her first name. Ghislane? God dang. Jeffrey Epstein's woman. His best friend. People say wife or girlfriend. Very close friend. Very close. Very close indeed. I like how she tries to deny that she had any sort of real involvement with him. But yet, you could see her in just about every other photo with Jeffrey Epstein, right? And the court documents that have been released, that have been unsealed, which is great. The judge ordered the documents and transcript from the 2015 civil suit to be unsealed. And right, we know Miss Maxwell is still in jail being held for several charges, right? Several charges related to sex trafficking. She's still alive. How's she still alive? She hasn't Epsteined herself yet. Are the Clintons getting sloppy and getting hitmen? Is it getting harder for them to find someone to do the dirty work? I mean, I'm not saying it's the Clintons. I mean, I don't know 100%. But are they struggling to find hitmen? I mean, the Roy Den Hollander guy that was probably hired to take out the family of that one judge that was overseeing another case, he did kind of a poor job. He killed the son, wounded the father, and then left the judge alone in the basement unharmed. Maybe it was just a message. But then we find him dead as of a suicide. But with him in his possession was a list of names, possibly a laundry list, a shopping list of other potential victims to take out. So he didn't complete it, which means he fucked up. Something happened. Something went wrong with that hit. I mean, if you have a list of names to go after, and you only got 2 or 1, and maybe something fucked up happened, maybe you had a change of consciousness, consciousness, it's a change of conscience, okay? And you go to whoever hired you and was like, man, I'm not doing this. I can't do it anymore. And now you're silenced. Did Hillary ever put out a concession speech? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Don't stop now, DM. You got 11 people here listening to Ellen's fakeness. Oh, Ellen's fake. She is fake. 11 people. That's nice. Maybe one day this show could get the kill stream numbers. I don't care about that. I care about being genuine and being real. By the way, I do these streams in the morning, try to do it in the morning or around lunchtime. A rant and chill, where it's just me, man. Just me. Really inspired by Gothic King Cobra, watching the stuff. And I've been watching, man, I need to make it even more real. I think next time I do it, I'm just going to fire up and just be like, what's up? It's me, MrDeadman. What's going on, YouTube? Yeah. Maybe we'll be working out, lifting some dumbbells, working out for the ladies. Maybe singing. Maybe doing some covers. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, what's funny though about the unsealed documents is it kind of expected. Of course, Maxwell's attorneys challenged the motion to unseal the documents. And I was like, whoa. You can't unseal the deposition. You cannot unseal that. Because if you do that, then we're not going to be able to find a jury. It's going to be really hard to find someone who's not biased. Like it would be impossible to find people now, right? You probably already heard about this stuff. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about it. In the Maxwell documents and in the unsealed documents, it is true that Bill Clinton is named. Mm-hmm. He is named not only to be on flight on the Lolita Express, but also on the island with two girls that were not of age. I don't know what the age of consent is in whatever fucking island. Where's Jeffrey Epstein's island? Where is that? Where's that at? I don't know what the age of consent is over there. But I'm sure it's... I don't know. Okay. I'm curious about that. But yeah, young women. And of course, she went in detail describing... Let me pull up this document. Let me pull up this document here. Let's see, I have it saved somewhere on my computer. Okay. Docs. Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein, Maxwell doc. All right. What do we got here? Oh, something happened with OBS. Is it because I'm talking about this? No way. It can't be related. All right. Trying to pull up the document right now. Where'd it go? That's weird. Okay. Okay, there we go. All righty. So, looking at it now, and I could probably screen share this thing just fine. Should be fine. Okay, so yeah, you have one of the defendants, Virginia Roberts. She is, she's spilling it out right here. Okay, this should be it. Okay, so I have the document on the screen here. Great. Nice dead air. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Okay, so yeah, you have Virginia Roberts explaining things, all right, being questioned about what's happening. And she goes into, she talks about it. She goes into detail about how Mr. Epstein, how she met Mr. Epstein through Miss Maxwell. Miss Maxwell hired her, pretty much hired her, got her to meet Epstein and pretty much coerced her into doing things with Epstein, right? First to start off with like this massage, this creepy massage. And then it would become sexual very quickly. And if she didn't do it, Miss Maxwell would get mad at her. She would have ways of abusing her. And it didn't teach her what to do and how to do it. It's pretty deep stuff, man. I don't see any way how Miss Maxwell's going to get off on this stuff. But, you would think, I would say, I don't know how she's going to get off. When at the same time, look what happened with Epstein. When they tried to convict Epstein, all he got was like you could be house arrested for sex trafficking. Who gets that? Who gets that sort of treatment for these sorts of crimes, right? Of course, in Epstein's case, it just was so helpful that his attorney just so happened to be one of the many people that went to his little pedo island. Alan Dershowitz. He was a frequent flyer of the Lolita Express. And he frequently went to the Lolita Island. And apparently he was named quite a bit with these orgies with underage girls. So the person who's representing you has gone to that island. Has some deep, dark secrets too. Yeah, you can get off the hook. You're going to get off the hook. Maxwell. Ghislane Maxwell. If you don't know who she is, once again, let me just reinstate this. She is Epstein's girlfriend, if you will. The chick with the dark hair, short black hair, that was constantly around Epstein. I got photos to show you, man. We got some photos of celebrities caught in this mix. Because in this, she does mention Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton had young girls with him. She didn't see anything sexual happen. But she knew what it was about. Because they're the same girls that would participate in various orgies and sexual things with other people. Let me put some images here. How does it relate to Hollywood Holocaust? Because now it sounds like Washington D.C. Holocaust. It sounds like Washington Holocaust. It sounds like burn the politicians. Yeah, I could get on that train too. I could definitely get on that. But let's put this back on track to the Hollywood Holocaust. What does it have to do with this? Well, of course, it happens to be that celebrities were named. One of which is Naomi Campbell. Now, she is a supermodel, and she's appeared in Empire and Allergy in the House. You might know of her. Maybe not. But you have someone there who's a part of Hollywood, who knows Epstein, who's been a frequent flyer of the Lolita Express, who at her parties, not only was she with Epstein, but she was with one of the underage girls. Well, not she herself directly, but one of the underage girls was there at the party. I will show you this, ladies and gentlemen. I will show you this. Let me get the image here. This is it. Now, when I first heard about this, Naomi Campbell was seriously like a literal who to me, because I don't watch Empire and I don't really follow supermodels. So I was like, who? I don't really care. But it is interesting because you do have someone that is, and we're starting with her. We have some other names too. Who's part of Hollywood, who has this party, and at the party, you have one of Epstein's underage girls there. What is she doing at that party? What is an underage girl doing at the party? What's going on here? Oh, and it looks like that underage girl is walking off with someone. I couldn't tell you. Let's see what else we got here. And then, of course, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all that Virginia was able. This is where it gets crazy. Of course, it's not Hollywood Holocaust here, but for Virginia Roberts to name Prince Andrew, and there's a photo right here of her. Yeah. That's fucked up. That is real fucked up. Of course, that's not Hollywood. That's more like UK can burn. That's more like the royal family Holocaust. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Man, it's like keep on track. Keep on track here. I know it's just the circle gets so big. It gets so big. Okay. All right. You got this pixelated image with what appears to be Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker. You know, from Rush Hour. Oh, from Fifth Element. Oh, no. Ruby Rod from Fifth Element. Oh, like I would put a doubt on that. That girl. I don't know, man. Okay. One of these girls don't look of age anyway that are in that photo. They do not look of age. They do not look of age right there. I don't know how old they are. They look like they're barely old enough to drive. They're probably not old enough to drink. And they're most definitely not old enough to fuck. So what's going on there with Chris Tucker? What happened, man? What happened? And of course, then you have Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's in the mix. He's caught up in this shit too. Kevin fucking Spacey. Of course he is. Of course he is. I mean, I'm not doubtful about that. Kevin Spacey. Flint Underwood. Okay, Kevin Spacey is one of those guys. I'll look at it now. I'll look at the smug smile now. I just see an expression of a man who knows he's doing shit. He knows he's caught him shit, and no one would believe. No one would ever fucking believe. At all. Yeah. Kevin Spacey. Of course, these are just photos and associations out there. What you see is part of the flight log. There is some rumor going around that flight log named some other celebrity names. If you dig deep enough and actually start looking at the list, some of it looks like it's not necessarily accurate, like Bill Murray. Bill Murray isn't there. It's really Bill Murphy, which is one of the pilots. So yeah, so be careful. You might see some things, might have already seen some things, some names being dropped that might have been on the flight list. I would say go look at the flight list yourself. It's hard to read because it's illegible. You know, it's like chicken scratch. But you could tell that, wait a second, like I'm not seeing Obama listed here. But now, I wouldn't be surprised if Obama did have some associations with this guy. If the Clintons did, I'm sure Obama did. Just gotta find that link. Maybe someone else has it. Maybe someone else did. See, that's what's cool. That's what's interesting about this development. It's happened so fast. You know, you might hear about a name being dropped from someone else, and they might actually have receipts to back it up. Good. I would say for something like this with the Epstein stuff, dude, if you really want to dig deep into it, watch from as many streams as possible. Of course, when they talk to stuff, make sure they show photos of receipts. Now, to really bring it full circle with the Hollywood Holocaust, if Miss Maxwell, if Ghislane Maxwell isn't disappeared, isn't suicided, isn't Epstein, then what's going to happen when she gives her testimony? What's going to happen when she's on the stand? Is she going to make it that far? When she starts naming names, dropping names of celebrities and politicians that were involved in this sex trafficking, that was involved in diddling these girls, what's going to happen? Just think about that. I mean, whatever happened to Epstein, we all know that was not a suicide. Whoever did that wanted it to stop. And they wanted to send a message that we're untouchable, that you're not going to get us. Well, they got Maxwell. So what's going to happen now? That's some deep stuff, man. 2020 is one hell of a fucking year. And I hope we see this bitch start talking on the stand. Because when she starts dropping names, because she's going to have to, she'll have no choice. She'll have no choice. When the judge orders her to do so, she'll have no fucking choice. Man. My concern isn't that she'll drop names. My concern is, what will we do? What will the people do? Will we ignore it? Will we operate as normal? Will we pretend like it never happened? Or will we actually react? Will we do things? The people that are named, will we actually, deplatform them or cancel them or, demand that they be picked up and charged? Pick up, them thrown behind bars. No. I feel the same way too, Chris Kaufman. Justin died a long time ago. Right. Now, I will say, the judge overseeing this case, she apparently is not afraid, because she did order for the documents to be unsealed. No one's really talking about Bill Clinton, because let's face facts here, not to be tinfoil cap here, because you don't have to anymore. It is what it is. A lot of these mainstream media outlets, they're pretty much in cahoots with like Democrats, the left. They're not going to be talking about what Bill Clinton did. They'll talk about it if Donald Trump was named. And that's the thing. In these unsealed documents, Donald Trump was mentioned, but Virginia Roberts denied seeing him there on the island. In fact, Jeffrey Epstein talked about Donald Trump, saying that they were friends, but he wasn't there on the island. And of course, we've seen photos with Trump and Epstein together. We also know that Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, because knowing what he does, doesn't want him there. So it could be that Trump knows about Epstein's dirty laundry, and was playing nice. Maybe said some stupid shit. I don't know. Trump always says stupid shit. Of course he does. And I'll say this too. If it comes out later on that Trump was involved in this somehow, like he went to the island too, yeah, I'll say lock him up too. But right now I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, under Trump's administration, they are going hard on this guy. They're really going hard on the sex trafficking that Jeffrey Epstein has been doing. They weren't doing this under Obama, and they could have. They could have. They could have done. They could have done this a long time ago. This isn't about politics for me. This is about trying to get justice, hoping that we get some justice. If someone will deliver it, please do it. I don't care who it is. I'm just hoping. We're so close to the goal. It's right there. The team just has to carry the ball further. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Come on. Apparently the guards are doing well. They're not sleeping. The cameras are working. There's no malfunctioning cameras. Ghislane Maxwell is still in prison. She's not been taken out yet. So far, that's good. The judge has ordered the documents to be unsealed. So far, that's good. Can we get this bitch on the stand and start asking her questions? Can we get that? Or is she going to be executed? Is she going to be executed on her way to court? God damn. That's what's going to happen, man. They're going to assassinate her. And it's going to be some fucking shit. It's going to be like a JFK style assassination, but no one's going to give a fucking damn. Because this is going to be buried. Oh, God. They're gonna be so many shooters at once. I mean, I don't know, because if she actually makes it to court, I'm interested in that. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I am. I'm interested because I'm hopeful. I guess I'm not totally cynical. Yeah, to name Trump in exchange for her life. Maybe she did. Now she names Trump. If she has documents to prove it, that'd be great. That'd be great. Because that's what's going to happen next. And like I said, if she does, if they have documents to prove it, okay. Okay. What about the other people? Anyway, so we did it. We covered it all. And it's a little, like 20 minutes in overtime here for the Deadmanstone podcast. I usually try to keep these things under an hour, or at an hour. Kind of works better that way. The Clintons will never get their just desserts. You're right. They won't. They won't. But part of me's still hoping, man. Part of me is still hoping. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far in the podcast, made it this far watching the Deadmanstone podcast, thank you so much. Remember, we're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. This Friday, I'm not going to be live because something with work. Okay. But maybe I'll do a show on Saturday night. Definitely doing Sunday night. Sunday night is the Change My Mind or Nick Ricetta. You know what, man? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll stream something tomorrow. I'll stream something fucking tomorrow night. That's what I'll do. Anyway, so Thursday night. So anyway, but normally the schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30. Anyway, you guys, ladies, take it easy. Enjoy y'all's time. Press the like button, share, subscribe. You're listening to this on the podcast feed, leave a review. You can catch us on iTunes. Of course, you already know that if you're listening to this, but in case you're listening on the YouTube feed, iTunes, any sort of podcast app, really. They all work the same. We're everywhere. Y'all have a good one. And, take it easy.